is guarding Bryant. Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in! He banks in the three! And the Lakers win the game!
Good morning, Syndicate members. What is happening? Man, it's Wednesday. It's 9 a.m. That means we're live from Austin, Texas. This is Winning on Wednesday. Let's go. It's the Thanksgiving special.
Come on. I love it. I hear that energy, baby. Hey, Tony's ready to come over to Casa de Camper.
I got a new shirt. I'm all excited about it. It's got our little sunrise logo on it and stuff.
Ooh, I love it.
I'm feeling it.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm feeling
Thank
it
you
too.
very much.
Hey, I'm feeling thankful, man. It was perfect. I just got my laundry done, so I got thankful, baby. So perfect for the show today. And man, I'm thankful for you, Tony, and Mr. Merwin, and everything. Everything that we've just got cooking in here. So that's why we wanted to kind of dedicate just this show to spotlighting some agencies. We got some of our show hosts that are joining us as well. And then we actually have some other agents that are popping on too. So again, if you're watching this, two things real quick. If you can, let StreamYard view your Facebook comments just so we can get you on to the show. Like Miss Melissa, Melissa, are you joining us? You're more than welcome to.
I think she is.
And then again, put in the comments because I can see the comments and I'll actually drop you the invite to hop on to the show live. So we're going to do kind of just round robin, 2 to 3 minutes each of just people really spotlighting again their agency, but then just sharing what they're thankful for. And again, hey, maybe we keep our weekly win in there. So let's start with that and then we'll bring on our guest. Mr. Merwin, what you got for a weekly win? The shirt?
Gear.
The shirt?
I love merch. I love gear. And so since Grace and I have been working to beef up the level of our events, all that gear that we ordered arrived yesterday. Like all of it came in at once. The tent came in at once. It's absolutely beautiful. We got it from Branded Canopy Tents. Dude, I'm super impressed. I mean, it was a pricey tent. I think it costs about $4,500 to get the whole thing. Wow. But I mean, it's 4 sides, all printed and custom designed, super trick. But yeah, all that stuff came yesterday, and I just had boxes all on my front porch, and then some of it was the shirt that I get to wear today that I like a lot. It's very comfortable. It's I don't know how to pronounce that brand. Oglio. OGIO. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
There was a shirt that had a dog, and OGIO was his name-o. But yeah, so all that gear came in. I'm super pumped, ready. I can't wait for our next event because we're going to be able to roll it out there and give it its first test drive before we fully launch everything in January for that. So that's a win, dude. And I love that. For me, it pumps me up to see that stuff moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's moving forward, right? That's my win of the week. Is we're getting pretty close to potentially having a new office space, and so been putting a lot of time and effort into that. And I mean, gosh, man, I think that's the one. And so we're waiting. Everybody who doesn't know, me and Tony have been looking at offices just to really have more space, have a studio. So we'll have like a whole broadcasting studio, not only for us, but then for really all of our agents and anybody else that wants to come in and record content. It's super sick. And so we got to do some demo work, some build out. So we're waiting on the bid. And if the bid comes back good, I mean, I'm ready to pull the trigger, man. So I'm super excited. That's definitely my win, is just getting closer to that. And really, again, just ties into this, man. I'm super thankful the fact that we can even be in the position to look at something like that, right? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and just start bringing everybody on. And we'll just do, again, y'all, we're going to do a round robin.
What?
and we'll just talk. Really, guys, I guess we'll start. Alex, I'm gonna start with you because you're right in the middle of the screen here, and we'll circle around. Alex, just spotlight the agency. So I know obviously you host Saturday Morning Cartoons, amazing freaking show. If you guys
That
haven't tuned
backdrop
into
is
that,
fire.
it is. Look at that. Make sure you tune in to Saturday Morning Cartoons with Sawyer and Alex. Sawyer had a freaking amazing show this past Saturday with Cody Askins. So that was awesome. But Alex, take it away. Who are you guys? And then just 2 to 3 things that you're really kind of thankful for within your agency, and everybody else that's on here, Tim, Johnny, John. If you guys want to, hop in and say anything based off of what we're all saying too, feel free to hop in. Whoa, Tim, what you flexing on us for, bro? You see them guns? Hey, this man's been working out, bro. I'm the one that's supposed to. I'm not even doing it anymore. Shoot. God. Anyways, Alex, go for it.
Cool, man. Hey, this is awesome. This is really cool to get everyone together. I think I want to start by highlighting when Sawyer had Cody, or Sawyer had Cody on the show Saturday. I don't know if you guys saw the piece that he kind of took from that and highlighted, and then posted it back onto Instagram and Facebook and all the other places. But he asked Sawyer, he said, do you have any friends at school or any like groups of kids at school that you're not like best friends with? And he said, yeah. He goes, yeah, of course I did. And he goes, does that make them bad people? And he goes, no. And Sawyer, without being prompted, goes, it's just because I may not know them that well.
So good.
And it's funny because we were talking about, like, in a completely separate conversation, Sawyer and I were talking about relationships with certain, groups or kids and things at the school and things of that nature. And then also Cody and I, in a separate conversation, were talking about how this platform, Joe and Tony, that you guys have created, and the disruption that he's doing by bringing people together in different capacities, is really what's going to change the industry from a overarching standpoint, right? I mean,
Right.
all these different groups and IMOs and businesses and all this stuff, everyone has like the ways that they're going to impact the industry, and we're all going to do that in different ways, right? But at the end of the day, the industry, there's so much playground, schoolyard, SHIT talking amongst adults that it just makes this so silly.
Chase like
right?
facts.
Like it's like why can't an agent with our IMO get onto a call with an agent from another IMO and have a collaborative meeting of the minds and train people together, because it's going to make everyone better in the long run, right?
Right.
And instead of this all the time. So I'm thankful for the disruption through collaboration, which I know is your slogan almost, right?
Come on. Yep.
And the fact that we can just get into this business and get more business out of this business through helping more people, and therefore helping more families. And at the end of the day, guess what? Everyone makes more cheese.
Right.
And
that's, I mean, again, I think, well, that's why I had you even come on as a show host and everything too, because I think, if you look at all the people on this call, like, we're all operating pretty much within different systems or different IMOs or agency, whatever, however you want to call it, right? Yet, like, we talk pretty much on a daily basis, right? And we're in that group chat and we're like encouraging each other and just supporting each other. And it's like, I'm 100% with you, right? I think there is way too much. And there was just some stuff that was going on this past week that was exactly like what you were saying, where people were just getting after it. And I'm like, for me, I almost think of like the time spent and the energy and the effort put into that, we'll call it just negativity, right? Versus, man, through collaboration, what my agency, what really my relationships have grown to, and what they've become through collaboration, it's freaking insane. It's literally why I've got all these freaking ballers on this call. Like, it's so freaking cool. And it was like, dude, just put forth, be good to people, care about people, right? Which I guess, hey, I'm a freaking yellow. You guys all know that. So I guess I do that automatically, is just, I got to care about somebody. But I mean, shoot, I ain't complaining with the results and the return on the caring, right? So I love that. Give us a couple more things, maybe specific within your agency. that you're thankful for? Maybe it's an agent. If you want to give maybe, a Stone Cold Killer a shout out on the show, whatever it might be.
So I'm going to stay away from individual names because that gets me in trouble sometimes. I think we can all agree on that. You start dropping one name and you're like, I forgot someone else.
Right.
So no, I think at the end of the day, man, it's the fact that I know I'm thankful for this business in and of itself.
Yeah.
Like the business of insurance, the business of entrepreneurship. I mean, you got the ability to get in here at, Johnny over there I don't even think he's old enough to drive a car legally. Like you get someone like as younger, like this business can take someone at 20 years old, right? And if they do the work the right way with the right amount of effort and time and mentorship and coaching and training, if they follow the yellow brick road of insurance, they can be a freaking multimillionaire by the time they're 30 if they want to. Right. So I'm thankful for the business of entrepreneurship through insurance in general. And then outside of that, just the fact, I mean, I got off our agency call just now. I said, I got to get on this call to drop some more gratitude out there. And then I got to get a turkey in the brine. And then I'm going to have all day today and tomorrow, just family.
Yep.
Right.
Love it.
And then what's cool about it though, Joe, is like, not only am I going to be doing family stuff here and from the home office and like my house in my office in my house, but like, I'm going to get food stuff started, Christmas decorations throughout the day, and then get Thanksgiving stuff tomorrow. Then I've got a guy that wants to get $2 million of an infinite banking policy at 10 o'clock.
Come on.
So like, it just happens all at the same time, like, and I don't know, man, I could go on forever, but this is only a 30-minute show. So
I love it.
let me get it back to you, brother.
And shout out to you, man. Again, guys, Alex Jackson and his son Sawyer are running Saturday morning cartoons here within the syndicate. Really appreciate your time, your effort. Sawyer's too. So make sure he hears this or sees it because I know, hey, at 10, there's a lot of other things he could be doing other than hopping on a podcast first thing in the morning on Saturdays to really level himself up, right? So shout out to you guys. Appreciate y'all.
And Joe, I will quickly give a shout out for I think it's next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday. I'm going to be in Cabo with Edward Pritchett for a trip. And Sawyer's going to be here with his iPad at the house doing Saturday morning cartoons,
with
interviewing
Pritchett.
Nice.
If y'all don't know Pritchett, you're one, you can go check him out on our YouTube because we had the opportunity to interview him, and wow, I mean, very, very freaking impressive guy. So cool, right on. I love it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate this.
Absolutely. I'd love to highlight or kind of point out some of the irony in what Alex said, because this call is a perfect example of that collaboration. Because if you look at the group of people that are on here, we've got a couple different PNC entities. We've got FFL in here. We got Symmetry in here. We have AmeriLife in here. We have Integrity in here. We're all pals. We're all here for the same collaboration, right? We all want to see the industry just do better. So, I mean, this call alone is perfect reference to what Alex was talking about. So thank you for making those statements.
100%.
Speaking of integrity, Mr. Wetmore, how we doing, sir?
What, dude? I'm doing great, brother.
I don't know if you need to tell us who you are, but I mean, I guess go for it. Guys, if you don't know who John Wetmore is by now, I mean, come on, like we gotta level you up there.
Yeah, it's still weird to hear when people say stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I'm just a dude who got my insurance license trying to make a living, bro. And here we are. So I appreciate it. It's funny. Alex talked about Sawyer, and I got like Maddox sitting over there, and he'll be embarrassed and mad that I'm saying that he's like sitting over there playing in his underwear, and he comes over to show me. He's like, "Can they see me?" I don't want them to see me.
John,
he will not.
Sawyer's not on right now because he's in his underwear playing video games.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh,
I'm trying to get Maddox to like come on stage with me. Like the Starks got their whole family dancing on stage. I can't even get Maddox to show like a glimpse on a camera. I'm like, damn, come on, bro. One day he'll get on here.
One day.
So I love stuff like this. You know what's funny is like with the whole integrity thing, Brian Adams runs that deal. Every time they make an announcement, which they make a lot, they like acquire like 2 companies a week, and they announce 2 a week. Who knows how many they're actually acquiring? But every time I listen, he does this podcast every week with one of the new partners. And one of the things that I love about it he does it on every call. He tells a story about 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, where he and this person met when they were working for opposing companies or competitors or whatever the story is, you know, and it's like, you just don't know where things are going to lead in 10, 20, 30 years. And there's
Right.
zero chance in my mind that a bunch of us aren't going to do something together at some point. You know what I mean? And I just,
Yep.
I see that now. And when there's people that are like, I don't know how to say it nicely, so I'm not going to say it, doing what they do. What Tony was right. Like, I hate that stuff so much. And I just think it's so short-sighted. You know what I mean? It's like, we are in this together. You know, I always reference
Right.
like the NFL or any pro league. It's like, yeah, you can be a fan of this or that or the other, but you know, after the game, like they hang out together, like the
Right.
Red Sox and the Yankees, like they're actually friends with each other. You know, so it's like, we can do that too. And the cool thing is, although I'm older than most, we are the next generation to run this thing. You know, I'm somehow now a veteran in this industry, which is the weirdest thing to me. But, you know, us, and then, you know, when we're moving on, guys like Johnny will run it, I guess. But, you know, I'm excited to be able to tell those stories in however many years. Like, remember when we met in Nate's backyard, or when we
Right.
met, you know what I mean? Like things like that, dude. I'm
Mhm.
excited to just be part of the journey with everybody, and thankful that it's more than just Cody out there with a vision of doing things together with the industry. You know, because I
Right.
think a lot of us think the same way and are making it okay. And I think that will have a lot of power going forward. So I'm just excited to be part of the group, man. And I love helping wherever I can help. And, you know, when you messaged about yesterday, I still don't understand the text about the 1v1 just being real. I'm like, not that smart. So I still don't understand what the hell y'all mean. You're like, free training. I'm like, that's my life. Yeah, rock, paper, scissors. No,
The
I'm like Johnny.
1v1.
I want to fight. I'll fight.
Yeah.
I'm in for that.
John doesn't play Call of Duty. It's like 1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me.
Oh, is that what that is? A video game reference?
It's technically it's
Holy
like
mackerel.
on Call of Duty. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did not get that at all. I'm literally all night going, I know they think I might understand this, and I still don't.
1v1.
But I know how to build an insurance agency, so who cares?
There you go. All right? So speaking of the agency, give us what are one or two things that really 2022 that you're thankful for within Agent Force? Again, whether that's people, systems, product, whatever it is. What are maybe a
Yeah.
couple things you could drop?
Yeah, I mean, I think for this year, for us, one of the battles I've had building this thing is I got really good at helping manage and develop individual 1099 people. I was terrible and stayed away from staff. I didn't like it. I wasn't good at it. It stressed me out. So I built this with really just Amanda, you know,
Yeah.
and taught people how to build a good size agency with one, maybe two staff, just through systems and process and duplication. And, you know, now I have 7 staff now. And I'm like, we're
Awesome.
going to do some what I built with one. I'm like, imagine what I can do when I find 7 good ones, you know? So just thankful to continue to go through the process and grow and learn myself in the business and in business in general. Because we got some crazy stuff happening, you know, and a lot of people look at where we're at and see it as like a destination, an endpoint, you know, selling the agency, whatever size we are. But for me, dude, I think we're just getting started.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and
Love it.
I'm thankful for a ton of people in my agency that see the vision that I see and believe in what we're doing and are there to help, because I've learned I can't do it by myself, dude. I'm not that good, you know, and I need a crew, and thankfully we have a good crew, and we're putting together some cool stuff. You know, we're going to still focus on building the agency, but like you and I were messaging the other day about some of the ancillary products, services, like things for agents. Like one of the things, I'll be honest, that drives me the most crazy is I love people's hustle, but there's a lot of people providing services to our agents, our agencies, and they've never done what we do.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And I'm like, why don't I have this service? I actually know how to build this. Why don't I help the agents? But it was it was a lot of work on our end, and it was more capital and more staff and more money. And I'm like, F it. I took a lot of risk to build this, so I'm going to take a lot of risk to build something new and bigger. And that was the whole, you know, concept of the insiders thing. Is like, I actually want to teach people people are dying for information. And
Yes.
I think they should get it from those of us that have built something dope, you know, versus just some guy who's taking advantage of an opportunity, which I ain't mad at his hustle, But I'm like, people are dying for help. And I just want to be there to provide more services. And so we're launching a lot of cool stuff coming up it's already started behind the scenes, but 2023, you're going to see some stuff from us to really go out and help agents with every aspect of the business, not just like, hey, go buy some leads and hire some people and throw it against the wall and see what sticks. We're going to launch some dope stuff. And I have and need my crew to help with that because I can't do it all. So just excited about what the future holds, man. And excited to do it with what the piece of it that we're doing with all of you. It's fun.
Yeah.
Kudos.
I love it, man.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We're thankful for Mr. John Wetmore. Seriously, man. Just you even just taking the time to hop on. Tactical Thursdays, guys, obviously is the show that John runs. Insurance Insiders is a separate show that he runs them throughout the week. Not really a true set time other than they happen. So go check that out. And he's got it really cool. If you guys go to johnwetmore.com, he's got all of his shows and everything posted in there to where you can get them on your calendar so you don't have to worry about remembering them. Because like you said, free training is his life. So he does a lot of them and they're all gold.
Yeah. What's crazy, dude, is when I've been thinking about doing something for a while. And the reason I didn't, and the hesitation when you and I started talking is like, dude, I can't always commit to a Monday at 10. I travel so much. So that was my excuse to not do it.
That's why we made it Thursday, John.
Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say yes and make it work. Plus, I know I can record it if I need to. But on my own personal stuff, I was like, why do I have to have the same set time every week? Like, who made that rule?
Right.
I think it's a stupid rule. So F it. I'm gonna have a moving. I'm gonna be like one of those food trucks where you don't know where they're gonna be every week. You just figure it out on Instagram. So I'm just gonna have a show when I feel like having a show, and I put it out when I want to put it out. And you don't like it?
What's that game at Chuck E. Cheese where the Gophers pop up, John?
Oh yeah,
Whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole.
Yeah.
Whack-a-Wetmore.
Like,
that's
why
funny.
not? Hey, if y'all watch when everybody else starts having shows that aren't at the same time. Remember who started that crap.
We don't know who started the set time, but we know who started the random times.
The moving on the food truck of shows, bro.
I love it, dude. Well, hey, again, thank you, John. I appreciate you taking the time.
I'm actually
Happy
traveling now. We're about to head to the airport, so I'm a bounce. Steph's staring at me for help. So
cool.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother.
Find help. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all. Later.
Yep. See you. Mr. Tim, one of my new friends.
What up?
Who apparently goes to the gym. My Lord, dude. You guys, I don't know if you guys saw him flexing. I can't let you live that down now. I'm like, I don't even want to do it. But hey, welcome to the show, brother. Appreciate you taking the time to hop on. I know you and Julian are super freaking busy, and hey, we know because we're doing some business with y'all now, and super excited for that, and got that kicked off this past week. So really appreciate y'all, and again, kind of a little bit newer to the scene, at least and through my lens. So just kind of let people know who you are, what you guys are doing, and then we'll go into just a couple things that you're thankful for.
Yeah, so I'll kind of just give like a brief rundown of our story because I think it's pivotal to what we decided to do. So I got into the industry. It was like springtime of 2021. Julian got recruited a few months earlier, and then he kind of like brought me into the industry. And so we were working at it was kind of like a culty type IMO where you were captive. They held your book. They gave you free leads, but we were all at 50-point comp. So we were at much lower comp. We were also telesales was like, if you did telesales, you were basically soft. So nobody did telesales. Everyone was face-to-face. We were out back then. We were in North Carolina. So we would print out a paper stack of direct mail leads in the morning. We would get about 25 new leads for the week if they had them available. Most of the time they were recycled leads, which were fine, but you know, they were 5, 10, 15 years old. Plug them into a routing software, and then our week would be driving out and door knocking or calling through the leads for appointments. And so in the beginning, it was, you know, it actually worked out pretty well. Him and I both had some like 7, 8K weeks, all face-to-face, door knocking. We would go sun up to sundown every day. Had no life, but like it was fun, and our whole friend group was doing it, so we were all about it. And then what we realized is at a certain point, the water source started drying up, and there weren't enough leads, and they were always talking about recruiting more agents. But why would I want more agents taking all the free leads when I don't even have enough for myself? So it was like a very conflicting message. Then come AEP, that was like going to be the saving grace of everything. There were no Medicare leads for weeks. So it was like, okay, well, we're trusting you guys to hold up your end of the bargain. We're holding up ours. Something's not really going right here. So we decided to leave. When we told them that, they locked us in a conference room for 7 hours and tried to talk to us out of why we were, losing out on $1 million opportunity, whatever, what have you. We ended up leaving. They held our contracts for 6 months. So our original plan is we were going to go and start like a Medicare agency. Well, we couldn't ride Medicare until 2023. We both have, expenses and we got to live. So that wasn't going to work. So we decided to do something different. So I had a background in e-commerce, doing Facebook ads. And I was like, hey, our whole problem was there was a lead shortage. We can't be the only people that are facing this problem. Let's try to solve that problem. So we contracted with David Duford, who's been, I'll kind of skip forward to people that I'm thankful for. David Duford, very thankful. One of the most honest, giving, generous guys that I know. And you can learn a lot from him. He's super consistent, has one of the largest YouTube channels in the industry, and really making moves. So that was one of the best decisions we made for our business was contracting with David Duford. And he allowed us to talk to his audience, promote to his audience, and offer services to his audience. And we found a few people, turned them into success stories. And then, a few months later, David and Elle Denning convinced us to start, pouring freaking gasoline onto our Facebook group. And a few months later, here we are. It's nothing crazy, but we have about 800 members and it's growing every single day. And I'm thankful for every single one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so highlight real quick, just kind of what you guys do as far as just, so not just, it's lead gen, but maybe elaborate a little bit on that just so people know. Just because, again, I know you guys are a little bit newer to the scene, but yeah, y'all's group is like blowing up. So love to see it. And maybe you can even shout out the group if you want.
Yeah, so the group's called Insurance Agent Freedom. The goal of the group kind of ties into what we do. So our goal is basically we want agents to be able to control their own business after the experience we had. I like the entrepreneurialism of this business, and I think it needs to be more decentralized, where an agent chooses to be at an IMO or an agency because they're offering them the best place to be, not because they have to be there because that's where the leads are. So basically what we do is we do like done for you setups for agents on Facebook, so they can control their own lead flow. Lead cost is about 70 to 80% less when you're running your own ads. Obviously, depending if it's local, face-to-face, multi-state, term, final expense, there's variables that come into that. But on average, we've seen about 70 to 80% less. And so basically we do setups. We also do like lead deals for agencies, which we're kind of transitioning into. I know Joe and I are putting something together with that, but yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Lead generation side, teaching marketing, helping people get things set up and take control back of the business.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, and I got to give you a shout out. My guy Mark, who is sitting in kind of that seat so guys, just so you know, me and Johnny are both using Tim and Julian's service. And it's been like he literally, and it makes me look good as an upline. So that was pretty cool. Like he messaged me, he's like, hey man, I just want you to know, like, I freaking love these leads and I'm just super honored, for you to even have me sitting in this seat and all that. So I love that part too, because it just makes me look good. So shout out to you, man. Real quick, I wanted to, Tim's partner was not able to make this call, but he had a message within our group chat and I wanted to read it because I thought it was really, really good. And then we're popping over to Mr. England, which I'm super excited to have freaking Ryan on the call. But let me read this here real quick. So Julian goes, hey, Joe, I won't be able to make it on this morning. I'm thankful for everything this industry has done for me, the opportunity that our country allows for anyone, regardless of background, to achieve the highest levels of success. And I'm thankful to God for the relationships I've built in this business as I've found my best friends and the best circle of people. Hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving. God bless y'all. So I just wanted to read that real quick. Thought that was amazing. So in tune and align with just kind of where I'm at as well. And I know me and Tony have, definitely gotten to become really good friends. That's why we're doing this whole podcast thing, looking at getting the studio up and running. And it's because of what this industry has been able to do for our lives, but it's so much deeper than just selling a product, right? Just the relationships gained. And I think when you're leading with that grateful heart, It's so much more, right, than just selling insurance. So I wanted to read that real quick. Love that. And Mr. England, oh, I'm super excited to have you on. How are you, sir? Hey, and just I got to real quick before you go. Y'all, Ryan is the most consistent member, and he actually is. I looked in our membership questions. You're actually number one as far as comments, reactions, and engagements within the group for the past month as well. So shout out to you, Member Spotlight. But dude, I even really before winning on Wednesday, I think, or maybe it was like right as winning on Wednesday was starting. I mean, dude, you have just been consistent, and even just the daily shows, you literally hit, if time permitting, you are on all of those shows and you're engaging. And so I love what you're doing to help support the group. And that was the message you sent me was, hey man, I'll totally hop on whatever I can do to help and support the group, right? So we've got some cool things for you specifically, Ryan, at the end of this call, but we'll go ahead and let you just kind of agent spotlight, and then just a couple things that you're thankful for.
Thanks, man. I guess number one thing I got to start off with is how thankful I am for Joe, Tony, Johnny, Sawyer, everybody, because there's no better way. My time zone, it's at 8 a.m. call. And, in the office about 7:30, get a few things done and jump on a call. There's no better way to start my day. None. I can read the new Cody book sent me and, different things like that, but nothing like this group. Okay.
Man,
and it's all different. It's all different. I come from PNC world, making huge changes in my life and the agency life, but I take something away from every single call. It doesn't matter if it's Medicare. It doesn't matter if it's final expense. We do life insurance, but I don't do Medicare. But it doesn't matter. It's sales.
Yeah.
And it's how to become better agents, but also better people. And when you hang around good people, it makes your life better. It does. So I'm thankful for you guys. 100%.
Here. Dilly.
I love it. And so kind of where are you at? Maybe just share a little bit about just kind of maybe even share some of your background and your story, Ryan. I know this is the first time we've had you on. Maybe a little bit about your background and then a couple things just within the agency. Again, if you want to shout out somebody, I'm not sure. I can't remember 100% if Isaac's in the agency now or if I know he was getting or he got licensed. And maybe give us a little bit of that.
Pops was already taken, so I guess I'll take the old man. And I honestly feel like that. I got licensed in 1998. I was 24, so I relate with you guys starting young. But it was a different path. It was tougher. Had kids young. The agency was slow to grow. But I've been thrilled with what it's done for me and my family. Just absolutely thrilled. My youngest, Isaac, has been a part of the agency for a couple of years. Got licensed maybe a year and a half ago-ish. And once he graduated college and decided to jump in a full bore, I can't wait to see what we do. Things are changing and changing fast. And I'm so excited to share with you guys as those things happen, what it is. But to be able, Joe at 2 years old, wanting to be an agent, I get it, all that. I don't think Isaac really felt that way. It took him a little bit longer, but realized the stability of this industry, the greatness of the people. He's 22 and he's realizing that all you guys are here. He doesn't have to listen to the old man. He can jump on. He can listen to you guys. And I couldn't. There's no way for me to express how great I feel this industry is.
Yeah.
It's given me everything that I have. And halfway through my career, I got 20 years more to go. It's so fun. It is so fun every day. So almost every day, right? We're PNC, not every day. But
don't be making everybody think PNC's all rainbows.
I'm not running, pounding doors, driving all over town. That's tough. Okay, but we got our challenges too. So no, it's fun. It's been good. It's been a good run, and I'm excited to do it with my son for sure. That there's nothing better than doing it with him. So, of all things that I'm thankful for, obviously my wife and the support of home. I can't do it without that. She works hard and shows me that I need to as well. And keeps us going. But right there is Isaac. I couldn't do it without him.
Yeah. I love that, man. Well, and my setup. So I'm right down the hall too, right? And I love that. And so real quick, like I said, so we do have something for you and we all agreed to it we have a made members chat room just with our show host and stuff like that, just so we can all communicate. And we wanted to really show our gratitude and our thankfulness to you. So Wetmore alluded to it. He's like, what's a 1v1, man? I don't know what that is. And I said, well, because I was asking, and again, now I think this would be really cool. So either for you or for Isaac or for both, we all wanted to basically extend just really shop talk. So one-on-ones with myself, Johnny, Alex, Tony, Tim. I know you're not in that group chat, but shoot, if you want to, I would talk to Tim, Ryan, because they're freaking awesome, super easy to work with.
Absolutely.
Obviously, you've got my information. Would love to hop on a call with you and just catch up. And again, if you want to have Isaac on that call, again, we're all we're very thankful for you, man. And I, like you said, that's the best way. For that. When you say that, man, it takes you back to why we started this freaking group, man. And I've had other people messaging me, but like the fact that you're that consistent and for you to express that to us, man, we need to give that back, right? So
thank you.
Again, Wetmore, everybody, we're going to reach out to you and we'll drop you our Calendly links so you can book a call, and would love to just have shop talks with you. And then again, we're all in different fields, right? And all in different spaces, but I think you of all people would be the one to gain because you can take away the nuggets, right, from everything that we're doing. So
absolutely.
Really
Thank
appreciate you.
That's huge, because I do respect every single one of you and what you do and follow each and every one of you do.
Yeah, it's awesome. Tony, I know we talk about you, Ryan. It's funny. Tony, you got anything you wanna tell Ryan?
I'm always very appreciative because he's one of those members that, just like he said, he tunes in every morning to every one of our shows. So he's one of the first messages that pops up in the comments, and it's weird because when you're doing shows like this, especially except when we have obviously all these faces on, but when you're by yourself doing any of these shows, there's no audience. Like I speak publicly all the time, and it's great because I can look out and I can see the audience. I can see that they are giving me feedback. I can see that they're laughing at my jokes or that they're looking at me intently because they really like the content that I'm or not, which has definitely happened too. But here it's different. Like you don't have that. Like it's just you and the camera and hopefully some comments. And comments is where you get your audience engagement. So I'm always extremely appreciative to know that, hey, every day I can at least wake up and guarantee that when I jump on and we do one of these shows, Ryan's going to be one of the first people that drops a comment and is there to support it. So that's huge for us. Thank you. And just like Joe said, like we want to make sure we give back and support you. So when he mentioned that, hey, we want to do a 1v1, just a quick coaching call for Ryan from all of us, we were all like, absolutely, no problem at all. Let's do it. Just tell them when and we'll all jump on whatever we can do to help. So we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Every one of you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Ryan.
And let that be noticed to all you other members out there listening, right? Let me just put y'all on notice real quick. If you support us like Ryan does, you get this kind of treatment. So,
Yeah, I'm super grateful for Ryan, dude. You like being able to hop on every single Friday and like see that comment come up where you're tuning in from, where you're coming from. Like it's super encouraging, brother, because the consistency, like we're all kind of sharing this, but it's very genuine because it's like there's not many people who are that consistent,
right?
Every time, like on there, and not just like tuning in and just listening, but like commenting, like throughout the show, and then it's like, oh dang, like he's actively listening. You can tell because some people hop on. You'll have the viewers that are maybe passively listening in their car, whatever, but you can tell that you're attentively listening because there's comments based on what we're talking about in the show. And it gives me confidence of like, dang, like it's cool that I'm trying my best with this stuff. And then all of a sudden, like I just see those comments and it's like super encouraging. So super grateful for you, man.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate you too.
Love
Goes
it.
both ways. Absolutely.
Good stuff. Well, hey, appreciate you, Mr. England. Again, we'll reach out to you directly, get that those calls scheduled, and then let's go right over to you, Mr. Johnny. How are we, sir? Let's give a little. I mean, it's kind of like with what if you don't know Johnny Nitfan, but I mean, come on, Ultimate Agent, the dude's freaking putting up insane freaking numbers. So man, just give a little quick agency spotlight, kind of what you're up to, and
Yeah.
just a few things you're thankful for. I think are you in the car with your wife right there?
She was, and then she
Oh,
went in the house. We were driving back from the gym, but dude, I'm super grateful for you and Tony. I mean, when you called me up that one day after the first winning on Wednesday we did, I was shocked. And I was like, dude, I feel so honored. I feel it all the time. Like I want to be the best that I can, get the best guests that I possibly can, because of the opportunity you've given me. Like it's so fun, and it's like I feel so much in my element. And like when I felt like, dang, I don't know if I'm like there's like all these big dogs. You got Alex, you got Joe, you got Tony, you got John Wetmore, you got Luke Acree. Like I remember us talking, I was like, bro, like is this like a
you got
sign that
Luke
I'm about to
Acree?
get booted? I was like,
Yeah, right.
I was like, dude, you guys
Yo,
got these
yo,
power
Johnny
hitters.
literally called me and he goes, "Hey man, like, dude, dude, those are some big freaking dogs, man." He goes, like, am I good? And I was like, what are you talking about, man? And he goes, like, yeah, like, am I still gonna be good for Friday Fuel? I said, dude, you were the first one to get a show. You're locked in, baby. So yeah.
Yeah, so
Anyways, go for
I'm
it.
And
super
yet your
grateful for
show
you guys.
gets the most engagement, the most views every time.
Yep.
Every time. I
Appreciate
take
you,
it as a
brother.
personal
Yeah.
challenge. I'm coming after you.
Well, I'm super grateful. I mean, it's fun. Like it genuinely is fun. I love doing it. And I love like bringing the energy. I mean, it's not like a conscious decision. Like it's just like that's who I am. And it's like I even think of like all these people on this call, like the way that you guys have impacted my life, like Alex coming into the business, like I wouldn't be the agent that I am today if it weren't for him, like in the trenches, like helping me out. And then Tony and Joe, I mean, giving me this opportunity here, and Tim, I mean, I know we've gotten a lot closer ever since he moved out to Phoenix. And it's been cool just to be able to collaborate with all you guys. And super grateful for the agency we got going on now. I've been learning a ton just personally, just as a business owner. And it's really good to like really see where the numbers are. Because I did a super deep analysis on my business, and I'm like, dang, like there's some really like obvious holes that we got to fix. But then it's
It's good.
also like very freeing when you see those numbers so detailed. Like you go so deep to where it's like, what's my profit per issued application after lead costs, all that stuff. Like, what's my average issue rate? What's this? What's that? Like, what's that look like? And seeing the numbers like going down like a spread. I've never been the one to create spreadsheets. I've never been the one to create like a super like aesthetic spreadsheet, but it just came because I love like what we do. Like this industry is so amazing, and like being able to really see the upside of it is like phenomenal. And so like super grateful for my mentor, Nate Offert. I mean,
Shout out Nate.
when I started working with him directly, I wasn't in the best spot. And so for us to meet at that time and see, like, I mean, it's been about 60 days maybe working, and it's been up and up. So I'm super grateful for him, and just the opportunity this industry really gives,
Right.
and the people we got coming in. It's like it's phenomenal. But my mindset has really changed on like building an agency, and not like really just, all right, come in, like, yeah, if you're licensed, perfect, you're the perfect person, but really caring about the agents that come in. Like I want to change their bank accounts. I want
Right.
their bank accounts to change. I don't care, like it doesn't matter about the leaderboards if your bank account set is like low. Like it really doesn't matter. So
Preach.
like for me personally, like I like that used to like kind of drive me, and then I was like, dude, who cares? Like if I'm not making like the most money I've ever made in my life, like the leaderboards don't matter. So I kind of like tuned that out, and just pretty much like stopped looking at that stuff. And all of a sudden, when you start looking, and you maybe you don't tune into the leaderboards, and all of a sudden you start seeing your bank account go up and up and up, and that's the goal. Because I think that's everybody's goal. Like that's what gets me really thrilled and excited, when you start looking that number
So
go up
I
and
got
up and
I got to
up.
give you a shout out, bro, because you've literally been in insurance for like freaking 6 months, right? You know how what you just said took me years to figure out, right? And I want to highlight because you said I want to change their bank accounts.
Yeah.
That is spoken from a true leader, because a leader knows that if you change their bank accounts, yours changes too, right? So
Yeah.
I freaking love that. I mean, that's, and you guys hear me. Hey, when you give, you get. And sometimes it's
Yeah.
the most simple thing, but dude, just carrying that. I need to make sure that my freaking people are making money. And guess what? Because of how this insurance industry works, when your people make money, you make money, right? I mean, that's the
Yeah.
whole point of it, right? And so I love that you
Yep.
said that again in such early stages, bro. Like you're so far ahead of the freaking curve, man. That took me years to figure where it was. I'm just gonna sell, and as long as I'm selling and I'm making money on my own pin, which again you should have that to an extent, but
Yeah.
when
Totally.
you're really building an agency, which hey, you put a ton on your own pin. Trust me, I see your numbers. Johnny may not pay attention to leaderboards, but I do, because I'm like, shit, Johnny, like be putting up some numbers. But I love that you said that, dude, because I think that's so important when you're building. And that's my yellow and me, right? Shout out Nate Offert, is do when you care about people and you care about changing their bank
Yeah.
accounts, I promise you yours always goes up too. So that's so good,
Yeah,
dude.
but and it's not just like I think a lot of people talk about it, but they don't like live it. And for me, like I genuinely like I feel like I was super called, like not called out like directly. I was watching a YouTube video and he's like, "You guys are bringing in salespeople that are absolutely horrible at what they do. They're failing out, and you say that, oh, it's just because like that's the nature of the business. That's kind of what happens. But it's your ethical obligation if you're gonna choose to bring somebody in. They're trusting you with their lives. They're trusting you with their family's income." And
Right.
it's like, yeah, you can't do the work, but you can equip them, train them, role play every day. Like, how do you overcome this objection? How do you overcome this, that, whatever, right? And for me, when I saw, like, dang, there's people that I personally have failed because I haven't been that guy for them, that
Mm,
like the people that have paved the way for me, like, it's my fault. And for me,
it's
like
good.
I can't feel like now I can't feel good if I bring somebody on and I really can't impact their lives and impact really the income that they make. If that's where they want to go, right? So for me, it was a change. Like I truly, genuinely want to help other people make more money. And like not even like, yeah, I think about that way later because it's like maybe 90 days, 100 days, like 6 months down the line, maybe you'll start making good money. But it's like at the start, maybe you make like just a little bit, right? Um, so it really is genuinely caring. And it's like been a mindset that's been so freeing, to be honest, for me. So
I
super
love it,
grateful
dude.
for all you guys here on this call. And especially, I mean, John Wetmore. I was actually like thinking about him and he really helped me change my perspective. Him and I were texting. It was a few days ago actually, and I just got done listening to Tactical Thursday, and I texted him and I was like, "Dude, I love your shows. I love your content, and I just want to say, like, dude, I'm gonna be able to be where you're at in a few years because I'm able to stand on the backs of giants like you,
It's good.
and because he paved the way,
Right.
because he went through 10 like 1,000 people in one stuck, which was him. Like you get to learn from those failures."
Right.
So that's like that's my mindset on stuff. Like super grateful to be honest.
I love it, dude. Love it. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you. And yes, when Johnny calls, I always pick up the phone. I think actually, there's been one time I didn't, and I think I was doing something. You're like, damn, I feel special. It's like, no, Johnny's just my boy. And I love everything that you're doing, man, especially at such a young age. I mean, even me getting in at 19, dude. I know you're 20, or you just turned 21, I believe.
Just turned
And
21, yeah.
just turned 21. Like, I mean, where you're at, how long it took me, even though I started young, to get to, again, the mindset that you're at. Again, it took me years, man. So kudos to you. Shout out to you. Thankful for you and appreciate you hopping on. Again, guys, Friday Fuel, if you haven't, or if you're a new member, make sure and check out Friday Fuel. That is going live every Friday here within the group. And then we also have everything's going to start getting published out to our YouTube, Spotify, and everything like that. So be on the lookout. If you did miss any of those previous calls, you'll have access to those, right? So love you, Johnny. Appreciate you, man. All right. Hey, I see you up there, Sawyer. We got most of our show hosts on here. You already know. Hey, last but certainly not the least, we got the freaking Stone Cold Killer, Sawyer Jackson. What's going on, my man?
So,
He goes, "What's up? What game were you playing this morning?"
I was about to get on. Well, I was playing Fortnite.
Yeah. Hey, they do 1v1s in Fortnite, right? You know what 1v1 me bro means? Yeah. You missed it. Had to be there. I love it. Hey, real quick, I wanted to bring you on, Sawyer, and let you just highlight a couple things. But before we start on that, I just had to give you a huge shout out, man. That episode with Cody, dude, you did amazing, man. And really, you've only been doing the Saturday morning cartoons for, I think, that's your third episode, I believe. Maybe, yeah, I think actually like
4 maybe.
Yeah, 4. Dude, you've gotten so much better every single freaking weekend, man. So shout out to you. Really, I'm thankful for you, Sawyer, for hopping on the show and doing what you're doing. And your message it's making waves. It's definitely changing some lives and people's perspectives. And just that, again, at such a young, early age, bro, you're paving the way for other people as well. So real quick, before we wrap up the show, Sawyer, you want to give us maybe a couple things that you're thankful for this year? It's 2020 school, whatever it is. Maybe you're thankful for your dad, get some brownie points. Who knows? But just a couple things you're thankful for.
Well, I am thankful for our dad because he got to make me my show, and I'm also thankful for you because you helped for that too.
I love it. Well, hey, man, we love having you. Anything else, maybe in family or anything like that, or what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What are you guys up to?
We're going to have people over.
You're gonna have people over? Right on. What's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? Or what's your favorite food? You can choose more than one if you want.
mac and cheese, I bet.
Joe's
I
favorite
really
is
like
green
the
beans,
stuffing.
right?
I really like
Stuffing.
Stuffing? Okay. Are you a ham or turkey guy?
both.
All right, great answer. We're gonna have both too, man. I love it. Well, hey, real quick, Tony, if you want to wrap us up, but sorry, I just want to give you a quick sec,
Yeah.
man. We appreciate you again. Amazing job on your Saturday shows, dude. And I can't even imagine, gosh, even 6 months from now, how freaking killer your episodes are gonna be, dude. So we are super thankful for you and appreciate you taking the time and putting in the effort.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, Sawyer.
We have one on December 3rd. We're
Yep.
interviewing Edward Pritchard.
So I don't know if that name means something to you quite yet here, Sawyer, but that's a big name.
That's a really big name.
It's a really big name. That's awesome. That's
On
awesome,
location
man.
in Cabo, I understand too. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah, Dad's gonna be in Cabo, and then I'll probably be here. I'll be here on my iPad.
Right on.
That's awesome. Well, you let us know if you need any help. I know your dad's got your back, but I'll be tuning in and I'll be on standby if you need any assistance. So just let me know. But again, appreciate you, Sawyer. Great job, man. Keep it up. And Mr. Merwin, go ahead and close us out, man. This has been awesome, dude. This is like just
Absolutely.
prepped me for Thanksgiving. So I'm loving it.
Definitely. This has been a fantastic call on many levels. We addressed the collaboration across product lines, across industries, across agencies, across FMOs. We talked individually about what the industry has done for us, what these friendships have done for us, what your Facebook groups have done for us. So this has been a beautiful call, and I'm extremely thankful to be part of this group, the opportunity to be on this call. And I'm thankful for kids like Sawyer, for what he is going, because I'm in my brain, like I feel like I can see the future for what he's going to develop in, for having the courage to tackle a platform like this and put himself out there, right? Like, I've been watching a lot of Mr. Beast lately. That dude fascinates me. And he started when he was around 13, just getting on camera. And, if you look at his old videos, they're terrible. Like, they hardly got any views, and he still leaves most of them out there so that you can see. And then now you see where he's at, and he's only 23. Well, Sawyer starts at 11. So I don't know how long he's going to continue talking to people and doing video, but that is a huge growth opportunity for him where he can really develop his skill set for speaking, right, and getting your message out there and influencing other people, and kind of having that transference of energy. So super cool to see that. So kudos to you, Alex, for putting that out there. But thank all of you guys for joining us today, man. This has been fantastic. I hope everybody has an outstanding Thanksgiving. I hope you're all have the opportunity to join with your families safely, and just be surrounded by people that love you tomorrow, and understand that we are in a beautiful industry. We have everything to be thankful for. And if you ever feel like life is just really, really tough, don't forget to zoom out for a second and look at the whole arc of everything that's going on in your life, your business, and you realize, whatever this is that I'm going through right now, it's just a bump in the road, because the truth is everything that's going on around me is beautiful. And let that be the compass that guides you through the rest of your career here. So thank all you guys for hopping on, and y'all have a fantastic
and
Thanksgiving.
it's
Thank
peak
you
of the
guys for
week.
tuning in.
It's peak of the week, right? But we're just going to shift that energy and put that into your family, into your friends, right? Into having a good time, and really just, again, think about what you're thankful for, y'all, right? So let's put that into practice. Let's use that energy. Let's have an amazing, safe Thanksgiving. We love you guys. Thank you to everybody that hopped on the show.
Thank you, everybody.
Hope everybody has an amazing rest of your Wednesday. We'll talk to y'all later.
See you guys.